Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the Rose Bowl, home to the UCLA Bruins. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Ducks will boot it away to start the game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the UCLA Bruins offense will have the football first. And are we ever lucky to see these 2 great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent. Both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these 2 quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are 2 huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Caught in the backfield. It's Downs. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Good play by the defense. Way to wrap them up. Way to know where the sticks are. Now puts you in a successful position for 3rd down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, putting more speed, more little fast guys on the field.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Picked off, and the opening drive is stuck with an interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their conference.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. To the ground with the back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. What a great job they've done in Big Ten play up to this point, and you see them now feeling as if they can accomplish something big.
No doubt, Reese, and I think it's a great start to the season. Like, again, you have goals and you have midpoints to the season where you're at right now. This is where you want them to be. You want them to be in the mix in one of the best conferences in all of college football. And, Jesse, they're doing that in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they've been able to handle the stage and handle the pressure. With every win, that makes the next game that much bigger. And they've shown up on big stages on national television, and they've been able to deliver. This game, though, is the biggest yet. If they keep on the pace they're at, they're going to be playing for a Big Ten championship.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Got it! Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. play action on first down. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Man, it's fun to watch defense that just, they look so in sync and coordinated. And watching the tape coming into this week's game, you could tell last week, this defense was dialed in. They don't give up big plays. They don't give up points. They make you earn everything. Looking like another game like that so far today.
This is a team right now playing with tons of confidence because of how much their defense is dominating. Just look what they did the last time they took the field. And look what they're doing early in this game. They've got dudes flying around making plays. They are a tough unit.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Gets the back moving. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And the Bruins will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Wants to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
From the gun, the ground game. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another first down.
Run the football. It's always been the staple. We can go back as far as you want with Oregon teams. The ones that were good, they were built on the running of the football, the physicalness. Run the ball, baby.
Under fire. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. Wants to go up top. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Deep shot for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. This crowd trying to do it's hard to get inside the kicker's head. Never a doubt. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50 plus, and he did it with ease.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UCLA will go back to work on offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline.
Safe to say, this defense sets the tone for their football team. They were the reason they won the last time out, and they are putting the clamps down on their opponent early in this one.
The Bruins decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Barnes.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Got it in the middle, it's Barnes. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Gets it out fast. Turning it on. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Running back searching for a hole. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 1st downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Snags it. They will score. Touchdown, Oregon. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
And no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently, does a great job running this route. Great result because of it.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
This is not going to get any easier. You're already down. You know it's passing situation. Man, you got to protect your quarterback, and they can't do it. This has not been a great day early for this offense.
They booted away on fourth down. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And they've found no answer so far. Already to the end zone twice, tacked on a field goal, and now back for more. The give on the counter. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it. Makes the grab and a nice gain. Gets it to the 35.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And you know, when you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that name? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Upshaw.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Off the play fake. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Trying to escape and get it himself. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
And he's really proven to this defense that he's just not a one-trick pony. He can beat you through the... And now he can do this. Now he can take off and scramble, move the sticks, get a first down for his offense. This defense, they're starting to learn pretty quickly. This guy is a talented joker at quarterback.
A first down run in the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ducks! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I don't
know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires downfield. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Give to the running back. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Iowa is down right now inside Kinnick Stadium, but this young man under center has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Iowa City today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Northwestern. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Bruins will line up to punt it away. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Handoff from the gun. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Quick strike complete. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw, and it keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to go up top on first down. Sends it downfield. Pulls it in on the left. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. And the Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Power football with the run. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Ready to try the point after. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. There he goes. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. It's a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Sends it back in motion. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion. The Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. The give to the back. Getting up close to midfield, gets it to the 48-yard line before being run out of bounds.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
A productive play is one that it gets you at least halfway to another first down here on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw on first down. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Pass interference, defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
Free yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. To the air on first down. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Oregon! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they top it off with a 31-yard toss for 6. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Single back formation, and they give it to it. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to go up top on first down. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
One more snap coming before halftime. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Pasadena. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, He's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in college football heaven, the Rose Bowl.
And the Bruins will kick it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
He leaves it with his back. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
They'll leave it with him. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
The Ducks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he'll be brought down.
You know, good running backs are the ones that can make things happen in small spaces. That running back there found his lane, he found his crease, and there was no hesitation. He got north right away and was able to make a big-time play.
The Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ducks! This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. LSU had a dominant win, the kind the folks in Baton Rouge were used to in 2019 when Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson led the Tigers to a national title. Talk about a special team. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Got it behind the line. It's Abraham. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
Got his man on the right. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Quarterback on the keeper. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Bruins line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. Sixth punt of the day. Fields the punt, wants to make a play, and they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Play of the drive, wants to throw. It's complete on the right side. And the defense had that one. Covered just a short game.
I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Third down play from the gun. Pocket breaking down. Grab near the sticks. It's Cameron. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
Here we go.
Motion from the wideout. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Callaway. Oh, he's got some space. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. And the Ducks are marching down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Cameron. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They're going to test the right side with this one. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. After swapping into the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. Makes the grab. It's Fowler. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Second down, he'll throw it. Working that left side now. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first.
The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
That's exactly what you want to do against the option. You want that thing to string along out wide so you get more bodies to the football. Nice job playing the first option, the quarterback. They've sent the pitch out wide. Guess what? Ready for that, too. They tackle him.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Oregon! They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going
pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UCLA will go back to work on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And the Bruins will call on their punt team. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The give on the counter. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He wants to change this route. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Fowler. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Trying to beat the D deep. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The give to the back. Makes one man miss. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. They've been very good at moving the chains on 3rd down. 2 for 2 on this drive. This time they need 6. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. 8th play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down. And more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
A first down run on the doorstep. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Power ahead. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the...
He lost one down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. The Bruins will punt it away on 4th down. Hauls it in, looking for space. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep pouring on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster, and it showed today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.